Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept in the biodiversity. The problems we are discussing, right? Threats to biodiversity we are discussing. Okay, causes of biodiversity loss, threats to biodiversity we are discussing. In that, one more is that is co-extinction. What do you call the co-extinction? What is the meaning of this co-extinction? Okay, that one we will be discussed now. See, observe very carefully. Co-extinction of a species is the loss of a species as a consequence of the extinction of another. Co-extinction of a species is the loss of a species. One species lost as a consequence of the extinction of another. So this is called co-extinction. For example, orchid bees and forest trees by cross pollination. Forest trees died because of orchid bees gone. Why? There is no pollination. Automatically forest trees are reduced. So that is extincted. That is the best example of co-extinction. Extinction, okay, of one will automatically extinction of one will automatically cause extinction of the other. This is important. Extinction of one will automatically cause extinction of the other. This is important. So example, what is another example for co-extinction is the connection between Calvaria tree. What is the tree name? Calvaria tree and the extinct bird. What is the bird name of Mauritius Island? So connection between Calvaria tree and the extinct bird of Mauritius Island, that is dodo. The dodo. The Calvaria tree is dependent on the dodo bird for completion of its life cycle. So for complete life cycle of the Calvaria tree will depend on which one? Dodo bird. The mutualistic association is that the tough horny endocarp of the seeds of Calvaria tree are made permeable by the actions of the large stones in the bird's gizzard and digestive juices, thereby facilitating easier germination. Facilitating easier germination. So what do you understand from this? When they eat the seed of that, the seed will be very useful. What you call will be converted into what you call permeable by the action of this bird's gizzard and large stones of in bird's gizzard and digestive juices, thereby facilitating easier germination. So for germination of the seeds of which one? The Calvaria tree, compulsory required the dodo bird's digestive system. Why? The dodo bird digestive system gizzard have large stones which are helpful to makes the seeds permeable for germination. Now what happened? Dodo bird extincted. So when the dodo bird extincted, automatically Calvaria tree population reduced and they also extinct. So that is called co-extinction. The extinction of dodo bird led to the imminent danger of the Calvaria tree co-extinction. So that is called imminent danger of the Calvaria tree. That is called co-extinction. So observe very carefully. Co-extinction of a species is the loss of a species as a consequence of the extinction of another. So orchid bees and forest trees by cross pollination. One example, extinction of one will automatically cause extinction of the other. Example, connection between Calvaria tree and the extinct bird of Mauritius Island, the dodo. The Calvaria tree is dependent on the dodo bird for completion of its life cycle. The mutualistic association is that the tough horny endocarp, pericarp, endocarp, mesocarp. So endocarp of the seeds of Calvaria tree are made permeable by the actions of the large stones in birds gizzard. Gizzard? The birds have the gizzard. So it is an important structure which helpful for the storage and what you called digestion or cutting of the what you called food particles. So these gizzard stones what you called controls the endocarp of the seeds. Then the bird seeds, the seeds of that plant is easy germination. So the easier germination. The extinction of dodo bird led to the imminent danger of the Calvaria tree co-extinction. Imminent what you called danger of the Calvaria tree co-extinction. This is the another important. Next, pollution and pollutant and pollution. Very important. What is a pollutant? What is a pollution? This is important. The substance which causes the pollution are called pollutant. There are two types, three types of, four types, number of pollutants: physical, chemical, biological, gaseous, solid, liquid. So many types of pollutants are there. So majorly gaseous pollutant example carbon dioxide. Chemical pollution what you called benzene. For example, I am telling DDT. Okay, what you called physical race, what you call different waste products. So like this, so many pollutants are there which causes the pollution. The pollution means what? Undesirable change which will affect the living beings. So this pollution and pollutant are also major cause for the biodiversity loss. Pollutants, pollution are major cause for biodiversity loss. What is a pollution? Undesirable change, harmful change for the living beings. Okay, so environment get polluted in the sense that it directly affects the living beings. So pollutants, pollution are a major cause for which one? Biodiversity loss. So what are the pollutants? That one we are going to discuss. So for example, excessive use of fertilizers. Excessive use of fertilizers. What are the fertilizers? Excessive use of chemical fertilizers. See, for example, you are using what you call chemical fertilizers. So what will happen? That affects the soil erosion. Means soil texture will be become waste. Means it will not fit for next agriculture purpose. So automatically that land unfit for the growth of plants and trees. So that is directly or indirectly affecting the biodiversity. So fertilizers. At the same time, pesticides, very dangerous. Too much pesticides. Too many pesticides also damaging the soil. Heavy metals pollutes the land. Okay, heavy pollutes the which one? Land. Then automatically there is no growth of which one? This one. Even not only the land, ground, okay, underground and surface water also. So these fertilizers, pesticides, heavy metals pollutes the land, ground water and what is called the surface water bodies. So heavy metals, pesticides, fertilizers pollutes the land, groundwater and surface water also. So very dangerous, very dangerous problems we are facing because of this pollution. So water bodies get polluted in the sense there is a very dangerous problem to biodiversity. So now what will happen? You see, pesticides. So these pesticides, for example, under what you call non-biodegradable, biomagnification is happening. For example, DDT, food chain DDT accumulation, which results in the high concentrations of hydropic levels, which has resulted drastic decline in the population of fish-eating birds and falcons. Drastic, what you called decline in the population of fish-eating birds and falcons. Drastic decline. For example, biomagnification. I told you yesterday. We discussed in the last chapter, in the pollution chapter, every environment issues chapter. What is biomagnification? When the water polluted with the DDT, for suppose that water used by the producers, then that DDT accumulate in the producer eaten by consumers. primary consumers. The DDT accumulated little amount. So DDT primary consumer to secondary consumer to tertiary consumers. Like that, what is going on from one level to another level, or one tropic level to another tropic level? The DDT amount, the DDT level or DDT concentration increased. At last, the last carnivores, they are going to get toxic or poison because of this DDT, and they will be die. So that is a very dangerous effect. That is called biomagnification. Higher trophic levels, which has resulted in drastic decline in the population of fish-eating birds and falcons. So what is the last in the ecosystem of our food chain of the pond for the aquatic animals? So the last trophic levels will say consumers, birds and falcons. So because of accumulation of DDT in the birds and falcons, they will be die. So like this, because of this pollution also, the directly or indirectly, the effect is there, and the negative effect is there on our biodiversity, or loss of biodiversity is going on. Next, another important point to discuss is runoff fertilizers. Sometimes what is going on, fertilizers, runoff fertilizers, the excess fertilizers we used, when the rain will come, that fertilizer rich will water, that water consists of rich fertilizer will enter into the what you call lakes. Then what will happen? That leads to eutrophication, nutrient enrichment of water bodies leading to eutrophication, what is called natural lake drying. So what is the meaning of eutrophication? Excess fertilizers used by producers, and producers will be grow enormously. So what will happen? There will be the effect, complete disturbance is there in the fishes, which are depending on the water of the pond and the some other organisms. So one will be die in the sense automatically, other also will be die. At last, natural aging of lake will be takes place. That is called what is called eutrophication. So runoff from the fertilizer rich field causes nutrient enrichment of water bodies, leading to which one? Eutrophication. Leading to which one? Eutrophication. Next, another important, mercury, very dangerous. Arsenic, mercury, what is called? Arsenic, cadmium, chromium. Mercury, arsenic, cadmium, chromium. So once again I am repeating this a bit. Mercury, arsenic, cadmium, chromium. Okay, poisoning has led to the depletion of biotic resources in the vulnerable ecosystems. Poisoning has led to depletion of biotic resources in vulnerable ecosystems. What do you call? Mercury. So you know very well how much toxic and poisonous. Arsenic, cadmium, chromium. Poisoning has led to depletion of which one? Biotic resources. Depletion of biotic resources. What is happening here? Very dangerous. Okay, very toxic, right? So these are a depletion of biotic resources is in vulnerable ecosystems. So next one, death of vulture population. Vultures are there or not? So death of vulture population is attributed to the veterinary medicine diclofenac. So vultures completely affected by the veterinary medicine. What is called? Diclofenac. Diclofenac, which is responsible for the thinning of the eggshells. So diclofenac, what is the main reason? The reason is, the effect is, the diclofenac effect is responsible for the thinning of the eggshells. Responsible for the thinning of the eggshells. See, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, chromium. Poisoning has led to depletion of biotic resources in vulnerable ecosystems, and the death of vulture population is attributed. So vultures population is attributed, affected to the veterinary medicine. What is the which kind of veterinary medicine? Diclofenac. What do you call that is? Diclofenac, which is responsible for the thinning of the eggshells. Which is responsible for the thinning of the eggshells. So that's why vulture population got affected because of diclofenac. This is the very important. Diclofenac is a medicine, veterinary medicine. Okay, these are all the points you should have to remember. Next, intensive agriculture. This is also threat to loss of biodiversity or reason for the loss of biodiversity. The spread of agriculture is sometimes at the cost of wetlands, grasslands, and forests. So, spread of agriculture in sometimes at the cost of wetlands, okay, what you call grasslands and forest. Intensive agriculture is based on the high yielding varieties. High yielding varieties. So, because of this high yielding varieties, the reduction of genetic diversity. So, genetic diversity is reducing. It also increases the vulnerability of the crop plants to sudden attack by pathogens and pests. So, vulnerability of crop plants to sudden attack by pathogens and pests. See what happened? High yielding varieties only we are taking. The genetic diversity is affecting and suddenly vulnerable to the sudden attack by the pathogens and the pests. So there are only few varieties of traditional paddy. Only very few traditional, some ancient days onwards which are coming. Those very few only tradition paddy field, what you call varieties are there. Only few varieties of tradition paddies. Okay, what is the tradition paddy varieties? In Tamil Nadu. Only in that is Tamil Nadu is there. So what is the problem of intensive agriculture means reduction in the biodiversity and vulnerability of the croplands to sudden attack by pathogens and pests. Only few varieties are there. Ancient varieties are there. Traditional varieties are there. Especially the traditional varieties which related paddy related traditional varieties which are there in the Tamil Nadu. So like this, there are problems are there or loss of biodiversity is there because of these are the factors, these reasons. What is the first one? Number one, co-extinction. Best example, orchard bees and forest trees by cross pollination. Next, another example, what is that one? Calvaria tree and dodo bird in the Mauritius. Calvaria tree and dodo bird. Next, pollutants. Pollution. What are the pollutants? Fertilizers, pesticides, heavy metals. These all are what are called pollutants. And biomagnification, you know very well. Next, eutrophication, enrichment of the lakes also dangerous. So these all are eutrophication, also complete natural aging of the lakes or ponds will be takes place due to excess releasing of fertilizers into the nutrients into the ponds and lakes. Next, mercury. What is that? Mercury, arsenic, cadmium, chromium. What are the four? Mercury, arsenic, cadmium, chromium. Poisoning has led to depletion of biotic resources in vulnerable ecosystems. So next, death of vulture population is attributed. Which one? Vultures. So very bad and very sad information this is. So vulture population is attributed to the veterinary medicine. Actually, veterinary medicine importance to control the diseases, but indiscriminate use of that medicine to the which one veterinary animals affected which one vulture population at all completely. How? Because of this veterinary medicine, diclofenac. What is the medicine name? Diclofenac, responsible for the thinning of the egg shells. So egg shells become thin, then they died. So vulture population completely reduced. This is the another important concept. Next, intensive agriculture. What is that? Intensive agriculture. This is also one of the problem nowadays. High yielding varieties we are selecting and we are destroying the reduction of genetic diversity is going on. Vulnerability of the crop plants to sudden attacks. So which one we selected? That high yielding varieties are ready to face sudden attacks by the pathogens and pests. Only few varieties. Which one is there? Traditional varieties, especially paddy related. Only few traditional paddy varieties in Tamil Nadu. Okay, in Tamil Nadu are there. So we should have to develop the genetic diversity to get the variety of yields with the good resistance and with good qualities. Otherwise, this intensive agriculture also affects the our biodiversity. In the next class, we will be discuss about forestry and natural threats related to this biodiversity loss.